Hello, housemates, and welcome back to Avernum, Escape from the Pit. Last time, we vanquished, finally, the king, or emperor, or whatever, of the barbarian Slithurikai Sistis. And so now we're on our way back to be hailed as the conquering heroes and all that good stuff. And then I suppose we should begin our quest for, no, don't go back in there. For Koth's lair, so we can get that stupid dispel barrier thing. So let's put this boat somewhere. Where do we want to put it? I guess Drath's. Where is that? How do we get it to Drath's place? Oh, there's a whole thing over here that we haven't explored. I think. We still haven't found a useful place to try out Thralni's orb either. Should we go over here? Oh yeah, we can't go over there. Well, let's see. Is there a portage? I don't think there is. No. Alright. Here's where we wanted to go anyway. Put our boat here by the Crypt of Drath. Let's deal with this wandering group now. Okay. No, let me move diagonally, damn you. Thank you. We made him move in such a way that not all of the Banshees got battle frenzy. That's helpful, at least. Of course, we moved in such a way that we didn't get to do haste at all. So that was a mistake. God, quit using the Terrify spell already. You guys are jerks. But all of your obnoxiousness is not going to save you. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Burn, motherfuckers. Alright, goodbye. Long live the Empire. Don't see anything here. Oh well. A little bit of XP. So now let's go on back to the castle and inform King Micah of the good news. There's some sort of like Slith intelligence that we were supposed to get from somewhere. Captain Scarlet of Fort Emerald. I thought we already did this. Apparently not. There's something that we missed in that fort? Let's go back in there. Okay, let's look at that quest again. We need to determine what mischief our Slith enemies are planning. So great is our need that we will even hire this once mercenaries. Brave raiders are directed to the Slith fort north of Fort Emerald. If they can obtain any knowledge about what they're planning, take it to Captain Scarlet, Fort Emerald. Well, this is the place north. Did we miss something when we came through here? This stuff. Did we just not come upstairs at all? That was foolish. Hello, frenzied Drake. These things are a bit tough. Not gonna hurt that worm, but I'm not really concerned with that. Alright. In a small stone box in the corner, you find a variety of maps. Most of them make little sense to you, but you can determine that there is a huge and important Slith castle on the island almost due east of here. Duh. At the bottom of the pile, you find something much more interesting. It is a map, charred around the edges, depicting plans for an attack against Fort Emerald to the south. This assault will include a bloody raid on what the map describes as Hated Nass. Most of the map survived the flames that damaged it. Someone might find this quite informative. Alright, so we got that. We just did not come up here last time for some reason. Either we came up here and we got chewed up by the drakes. Maybe that's what happened. Let's take this to Fort Emerald. Alright, Captain Scarlet. You give the charred map to the captain. She looks at it and nods. Yes, better than I expected. It shows how the Sliths are planning to approach us. We can set up a lovely ambush. You receive a dented breastplate of red iron as a reward. Ruby breastplate. Okay, is that any good? Fire resistance. I mean, it's not that great. Okay, now to the castle. Which is over here. Alright, King. I have slain This, king of the evil Sliths. Give him the torque you obtained. King Micah is truly impressed. Amazing. A mortal foe of Avernum gone forever. We of Avernum are truly in your debt. He claps his hands, and a large sack of coins is brought to you. Adventures of your skill and strength are very useful. I regret to say that I don't have any other tasks for you at the moment. Perhaps soon I will. Until then, best of luck. Alright, well that was a decent amount of coins. I was hoping for, maybe be able to go in the throne room. As you're about to leave, a soldier, wounded and wearing torn armor, staggers into the room. When he finally catches his breath, the words spill out. Fort Remote. Demons. They charged us from the east. Surprised us. Only I got away. Dozens of them. There was no hope. Guards take him away for food and healing. King Micah says, "This is grave news indeed. Come back here and speak with me, adventurer. The people of Avernum seem to have a mission for you already." Well, that was quick. Is there anything you would like me to do now in the light of the attack on Fort Remote? As a matter of fact, yes. Fort Remote is to the southwest of here. A short and unthreatening journey. Go there, investigate and find out who attacked it. Come back and report to me when you know. And if the attacker is still there? That strikes me as unlikely. But if this turns out to be the case, I trust your judgment. You have earned that much. Alright, well, that was unexpected. So that gives us something to do. I wonder what could have happened. Let's see. Bandit Keep. Report to Allison in Spire Fortress. We're not doing there yet. So Fort Remote, the peace of Fort Remote has been disturbed. Alright, so the east is this way. I wonder if it came from this nasty village. You stand outside the ruins of Fort Remote. This fort has been attacked, viciously and recently. Actually, attacked doesn't seem to be the right word. Devastated is more accurate. Magical fire has shattered the walls and melted the stone. The front wall has been shattered by 3 powerful fiery blows. You can still smell the smoke. Bodies are spread out in a gruesome display to the north. Whatever happened here, it was unstoppable and unquestionably lethal. Inside the fort, you can see a ring of glowing green runes. As you watch, they pulse gently. They are recent creations, unmarred by grime and ash. Might bear investigating. So, the former inhabitants of this fort are to the north. Their bodies were left impaled on smaller stalagmites. You can't look at them for long. They died horribly. So, who did this, I wonder? If the attack came from the east, it means it's from inside. I can't look at them long, but I can still loot their corpses. Because that's how adventurers roll. Alright, there's some green stuff going on there. Hakai Shade. The demonic shade whispers, "Closer. Come closer." Yeah, right, dude. Not stepping in that circle. The shade of a young woman cowers pathetically in the corner. She is curled up on the floor and whimpering. At first, you don't think she realizes that you are here. Then she looks up at you. What happened here? Protect me. Protect you? From who? From the demons. There aren't any demons around. She emits a scream, long, piteous, and terrified. They wouldn't stop. We saw them coming. We had time. We were prepared, but they blew down the walls. What could we do? Then the killings. How was everyone killed? Poor Mick. All of us. We couldn't fight to the death. They froze them. They took them out. Oh, and the things they did. But I was safe. How did you stay safe? I hid here. They didn't see me, so I could kill myself instead of them killing me. I'm so cold. Help me. Please help me. Okay, calm down. I'll help you. She howls. Help me! As you watch, she slowly starts to fade away. Wait, don't go. Please help me. She fades and is gone away. Right, before we step closer to that demon, which sounds like a stupid and terrible idea, let's check out the rest of this place. Someone had the good sense to lock himself in this room when the fort was attacked. Then, something punched a hole in the west wall and sent a gout of magical flame into the room. Not even the mold survived. Yep, that's one thing to remember. If you have, a great security door, it's only as good as the walls that surround it. You find a charred body. Whoever it was had some sort of wand in his or her hand. It's garbage now. Alright, Demon Shade. What's your fucking message? You see, in the middle of this strange, runed circle, a glowing red haze. When you step forward to get a closer look, it suddenly expands into the image of a demon twice your height. It looks down at you and laughs. Oh, this is a treat. I've been waiting for mortals to come here so that I could use them as messengers. They could tell you humans of your doom. But then I get you, the slayer of my servant. This was my personal pet, and now he is gone. Hear me now, you insects, you puny, negligible things. I am Grahoth. I come back. I strike from my prison, and I will have my revenge on you, all of you. There is no appeal. There is no defense. There is no hope. But none of that applies to you. Someone else will take the message back. You are about to die. But before you go, what do you have to say in hope of mercy? Let's see. Run away quickly. You turn and run, but before you can get far, you hear a deep rumbling sound coming from all around you. Okay. These demons aren't too bad. They're fairly standard fare. So I'm not too concerned. There are a lot of them. But we are formidable. Oh, Balor. Well, that sounds like bad news. Let's... Fire is probably not going to help. Let's push these guys back. And then let's summon ourselves to Shade. Put a new haste on. Alright, Balor's a little bit painful here. Okay. Ouch. Let's see here. Ouch. And the demons just keep on coming. All right. Need to shoulder by our pal there. All right, that's not so bad. Maybe Balor will leave us something nice. Alright, why don't you go... Oops, that was not what I meant to do. Okay. Good shot. Okay, he's immune to acid. Good to know. I suppose the color probably should have given that away to me. Are you immune to fire? No, you just missed. Alright, not immune to fire. Alright. Chump is dead. What do you got? Flaming sword. That's pretty cool. So, 66 fire damage. Is that better? So it has the same amount of damage it doesn't have a 50% chance to do acid, it just does fire damage on top of that. So I think in general, that's going to be better, except against fire-resistant things, obviously. So we'll probably give that one a whirl. First, let's go back to the castle and report this nastiness. You meet a patrol of Avernum soldiers watching the roads through this desolate and abandoned area. They're visibly upset. Their commander says, "Welcome, friends. You had best watch out. Fort Remote to the southwest has been destroyed. By demons, most likely. We are still watching these roads, but we're under orders to flee back to the castle the moment we see anything. Good luck to you. We don't want to linger anywhere." He shakes his head, and they depart. Yeah. You're a little bit slow there, buddy. So, Grahoth being a douchebag again. Apparently, the reason why the Slith were being so nasty were that they were under his influence. And we have cleansed... Well, we haven't cleansed that influence. We've destroyed his puppet, and he's not happy about it. The king will want to know this. I got news. I've been to Fort Remote. We know who destroyed it. It was something named Grahoth. King Micah looks stricken after receiving the news. This is what I was afraid of. He looks you up and down. I wasn't sure why the fates brought you to me. Now I know. Grahoth is a mighty demon. Once we imprisoned him. Now he is breaking free. You must kill him. If you do, you will be rewarded with all the influence I have the power to give you. If nobody kills him, all of Avernum may be lost. I charge you with this holy quest. May the spirits protect Avernum if the threat is not removed. Okay, tell me about Grahoth. When humans first arrived in Avernum, Grahoth was already here. He is a duke of the Dark Realms, but for reasons we never determined, he lived in our world. For Avernum to be ours, we have to fight him. Who fought him? An army of warriors and mages led by Roan, the royal magician, Linda Solberg, and the most powerful of all, the incantatrix Erica. They, their apprentices, and our finest warriors did battle with the demons. We won and imprisoned Grahoth. Why was he not killed? We lacked the power. We had only recently arrived in Avernum, and we had all but a fraction of the strength we were accustomed to. It was only with great luck and a clever trap laid by our wizards that we were even able to trick the creature into its prison. Well, don't you have the power to kill him now? If we were all united and possessing the strength of our youth, maybe. But Roan is old. Erica has exiled herself. The wizards of the Triad are separated and distracted, perhaps not entirely sane. It's humiliating, plain and simple, but we can no longer do what we once did. Yep, that's what getting old's like. Alright. Is there anywhere else we should go for information on Grahoth? You should go talk to Roan, my court wizard. He's here in the castle. He was one of the wizards who helped imprison Grahoth in the first place. Find out what he knows. He will be a great help to you, if you can get him to focus. Where can I find Grahoth? Grahoth is where we placed him, in a magical prison in Skargath, a hidden tower in the caves far to the west. His prison is flawed, though. He can summon demons to attack us, though he is trapped. To deal with Grahoth, first find Skargath. Will I be able to get through Skargath? Is it trapped? There are traps at the entrance, and the entrance was barred. I have sent envoys to open the gates of Skargath. They won't, however, be able to remove the traps. They were created by Erica, the incantatrix, and she never shared with us their secrets. You can get in, but then you will be on your own. Okay. We have a quest, release and destroy Grahoth? What? That's confusing. Release. Okay, we need to release him and then, yeah. Alright, crazy wizard face. May I speak with you? I have nothing to say. You should... No, wait. You are an adventurer. Maybe you will believe me when I speak of the threat that faces us all. Heaven knows nobody else does. What threat? Threat? There's a threat? He stops mentally to regroup. Yes, the threat. I've written all you need to know in my memoirs. They're around here somewhere. I forget where. Read them, and you'll know some of what you need to know. Also, you can tell me the name of the evil creature who endangers us all. I forgot. Do you mean Grahoth? Yes, that was it. We imprisoned him, but there are signs he can strike out at us from his bottle. Someone needs to go there, open the bottle which holds him, and kill him. Otherwise, the threat will never end. You imprisoned a demon in a bottle? We raided Akronath, his now ruined fort to the east, and fought him there. I, Patrick, and Erica trapped him in a powerful bottle of our own making. To get him out, it will take the blessed Athame, and I can't remember if there's one of those down here in Avernum. Alright, I have that already. Akronath to the east. We sealed up his demon servants inside after we took their leader. Patrick took the keys to the lock and we used them to seal the demons inside. Ask him about Akronath. If you need to get inside, he'll tell you how to pass the wards. You take note of this. Already did that. He lives in his own tower. Yep. Erica's the best wizard. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. So we didn't learn anything we didn't already know there. This is the treasury. Traps and foes ahead. Can we get in? We cannot get in. Alright. Roan's memoirs are around here somewhere. In one of the drawers of the desk, you find a leather-bound journal. You soon determine that it is the incomplete memoirs of Roan. He was cast into Avernum with the other two mages, Erica Redmark and Patrick Padraig, after they were at the wrong end of a political struggle. Blah, blah, blah. I think we already read this. Okay. So this increases our urgency to get Demon Slayer, which means that we really just need to go and find Koth's lair, which I'm assuming is west of Fort Remote. I don't know where else it could be, frankly. There's some other things that we want to do here. Some of them I'm not exactly sure how to do. Yeah. Okay. Is there something here? No. Fort Saffron. Boring. Alright, now we're going up here to Abyss. You see a large group of armored men and women. They're sitting around a bonfire by the road some distance away. They haven't noticed you. Approach them. You approach carefully, afraid of a bandit ambush. Then you see that the people are wearing the insignia of the Avernum army. Once they get a good look at you, they are friendly enough. Still wary, you greet them. The commander tells you they are watching for bandits. She warns you that the bandits have several hideouts concealed around here. You thank her and depart. We've dispatched of them. Here's nothing. Okay. What about around here? Little crevices with nothing exciting. Right, let us go. Check in to register. A tall man with long, curly hair sits behind the counter. He is writing rapidly in a ledger, making extensive notes on the travelers and merchants who pass through this tower. He wears neat clothes, with a frayed badge of office sewn into the shoulder. He rises to greet you when you enter. A warrior of Avernum, eh? Bringing a prisoner for the Abyss? I can see you aren't. I suppose you want to pass through then. I'm Bauman, and I'll be assisting you. You need to check in before I can let you through. I'm looking for a mage who's being sent to the Abyss. You know anything about him? Oh, I don't know anything about the prisoners. I take their names and check them in. That's all. You should ask the ward. She watches the cells. Alright, any jobs that need doing around here? Yes. You seem well known enough that I can tell you. There's a hidden bandit lair southeast of here, between here and Fort Sathron. I have been authorized to give a bounty of 500 coins to whoever slays their chieftain. The bounty remains uncollected. Ridding the great cave abyss route of their assaults would be most appreciated. Any other bandit lairs? There was one to the southwest, but the rogues within were attacked and slaughtered by a roving band of monsters. As said monsters have been keeping to themselves, we've been leaving them alone in return. We killed them. Yes, in the side tunnels. We would have wiped them out by now, but for the fact that all of the great cave's excess soldiers are defending against the Slith menace, which I have dealt with. I killed the leader of a bandit group to the southeast. Did you? That would explain the drop-off in bandit attacks recently. Well done. He leaves the room and returns with a sack of silver coins. Thank you for your help. The merchants of the Great Cave owe you a considerable debt. I need to check in. He asks your name and writes it down in a ledger. He also writes down brief descriptions. Finally, he says, "Excellent. Now all I need to do is do a quick search of your goods for forbidden contraband, and you can proceed." All right, go ahead. The search is very fast and professional. You open your bags. Bowman peeks inside and nods approvingly. Then he makes a short note in the ledger. All right, you are free to enter the Abyss. Now, when you want to pass by, just walk right up to the gate to the east. A guard will let you through. Good luck to you. Will I need to check in again in the future? Not as long as I'm on duty. I'll remember you. What's your job? I'm liaison for the Keep of the Spire. That's a fancy way of saying I greet visitors. This outpost is far too small to have a mayor or even a captain. Who do you normally greet? There are three sorts of visitors. Prisoners headed for the Abyss, merchants looking for valuable goods from the northern caves, and adventurers crossing on some fool's errand. Do many adventurers head into the Abyss? Yes. Lord knows what anyone would want to go up there for, but some do, and it's not my job to stop them. Anyway, I give them information, make sure they aren't smuggling anything in, and check them. Smuggle? What might people smuggle? Stolen goods and dangerous magic items, mainly. Nobody has made any dangerous drugs down here, thank goodness, but a lot of stolen items end up finding their way north of here. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, that's good. Great, fine. Ward Allison. You report to Ward Allison and tell her of your victory over the bandits. Your reward, presented with great ceremony, is a leather helmet. It's made of large blue scales. It's pretty. A thin woman with reddish-brown hair peers through a narrow barred window. Occasionally, she shifts uncomfortably in her armor. She says, "I'm Ward Allison. You don't look like a prisoner. Abyss-bound, are you? Best of luck." Is something wrong with your armor? All of the parts are too small, except for the parts that are too big. Our armor is all cobbled together from passed-down parts. It's been worn by at least 5 Avernite soldiers before me. How do you know? She smiles and shows you the right side of her breastplate. A column of 5 names has been scratched into it. Tradition out here. When we're honored with a breastplate, we mark it. I'm looking for a mage who's being sent to the Abyss. Know anything about it? She laughs. Ugh, you must mean Ashworth, that crazy sod. He's an odd case. He's locked upstairs. An odd case? He's being sent to the Abyss because he's powerful and a little crazy. In other words, he's here because of what he might do, not because of what he's done. And yet, it doesn't seem right to me. That's why we've kept him here longer than usual. I'm waiting for word from the castle that he really should be banished. Well, can I see him? Yes, but only if you promise to take him off my hands. She winks. I'll have the gate open for you. Well, we can definitely promise that. sort of boring stuff. All right. Reynold. There's a man with a sour expression sitting at the table. He's drinking ale at a remarkable rate. A symbol hangs from a chain around his neck. He motions for you to sit across from him, though he would plainly prefer to be alone. So, what brings you here? I'm a former missionary. He stresses the word former. A missionary from where? I just came from the abyss. I was trying to bring some of their less horrible souls to a more peaceful state, when I suffered the fate of the holy. What fate is that? The derision of those who live far from grace. It could be worse, of course. They could have killed me. He sighs and drinks. Anyway, I failed. Now I'm going to the castle. Well, what interesting things have you heard in the abyss? Not much. There are two towns, Spire and Barga. Barga's to the north. They're busy fighting off giants. Doing much better than you expect. They have some fierce fighters there. That's all I know. Now excuse me, I have a bit more work to do before I move on. He walks off to refill his mug. There's a small, balding man with a lined face and cold eyes in his cell. He stares at you. He does not seem the most trustworthy fellow. Come to gawk at me, he sneers. Get a good look. I'll be free of you voles soon enough. Why are you locked up? I'm being sent to the abyss by the voles, and they don't want me to escape. And how did you end up here? On the surface world, I was an official, powerful and high in rank. Then a rival outmaneuvers me and gets me sent down here. And the slugs down here have no sense at all. Outmaneuvers you? They planted evidence of sedition in my offices. I was lucky to escape with banishment. What makes you think we have no sense? I was in the running to be mayor of Almaria. I try a few minor maneuvers, things that have been considered perfectly normal in the world above, and they get all self-righteous and send me here. The things I could have done for them. The worms. He spits in disgust. Alright, well, you are uninteresting to me. It's a secret passage. Looks like someone is trying to dig their way out of here. Ashworth. One lone man is being kept in the upper cells. He wears the robes of a mage, though they plainly haven't been laundered in some time. He is sitting in the corner, muttering angrily to himself. He doesn't even notice you until you wave a hand in front of his face. Then he looks up with a start. What? What do you want? Have you decided where I'm to be taken yet? He sees that you don't know what he's talking about. I'm Ashworth. Just a second, sorry. What are you doing here? Where else should I be? Nobody wants me around. They pass me from place to place. Nobody knows what to do with my power. Where were you before you came here? Formello, then the Tower of Magi, then Patrick's Tower. Then they decided to let the Abyss have me. Why don't they want you around? Because I'm powerful. Because my magical skills are great, but He seems confused. The right side of his face starts to twitch. Are you all right? It takes him a moment to return to the conversation. I hear things. I don't hide it. It's part of my strength. Nothing wrong with hearing things. What do you hear? Sounds. Music. Voices. Ideas. In my magical explorations, I've peered beyond the veil into infinite space. It has purified me, increased my knowledge, but others are... they are jealous. What do others think of your voices? They are jealous and afraid. My power, my seeing beyond. I don't want to talk about this with you anymore. You will only mock me. You have not gazed naked at the infinite. You don't understand. All right, dude. Can you teach me any magic? I only share my great knowledge with those who have seen into the great infinite, been burned, purified by it. I may have found employment for you. Suddenly he seems interested. Really? Someone who'll use and respect my power? I am intrigued. I have much I would share with them. Tell me more. The freehold of Kias is looking for mages to aid in its defense. And I tell him about it. You decide that Kias and its freehold. Ashworth listens with rapt attention. Then he is quiet for a while. Head tilted to one side as if he is hearing something you can't. He nods slowly, then he says, "You are correct." He rises, and without even a word of farewell, he walks out of his cell. Odd fellow. Well, I don't know how good of an idea all this is, but whatever. Anything else interesting going on in here? You tell your name to the guard on the other side of the narrow barred window. After a few moments, the portcullis opens. Your way to the abyss is open. Alright. Now let's see, I wonder... So we can't get to the freehold of Kias easily from here unless we go through the land of giants, which just means we can't easily do it. I don't want to bother with the arena at the moment. Well, this is good. Woe to you in closed quarters. Fire and ice. All but two. Oh, that was pretty easy. I have this level up that I keep forgetting about here. Alright. I haven't switched out the swords yet. And let's see. Is this better than your wave blade? Very possibly. Yeah, this just does less damage, even though it has a chance to cleave. And this can't fit over here? Right. Aw, lame. Alright, well, we've run into something over here. What the hell? Okay, those things are just weak. But I still did 178 damage here. What have we found here? We found our way back into Mina's, like, office space. Not office space. The place she told us not to go, basically. That was a long time ago. So he's immune to the fire. You can see what the problem is here with the flaming sword. Alright, what's in here? There's a small steel box firmly bolted to the floor. It has a small padlock, and every surface available is engraved with small runes. Powerful protecting spells have been placed upon this box. Simply getting close to it makes your hair stand on end. Well, let's save before we do that and see what happens. Open it. Alas, try as you might, you can't get the silver padlock off. It's small, but it's amazingly strong. So we're going to have to figure out another way to do that at some point. I'm not going to pay you 10 coins. There's all kinds of stuff around here to do. Alright, we're going to end this episode here. We're going to try and maybe see if we can get through the giant lands now to get to the Freehold of Chaos, so we don't have to go back all the way to the boat and do all that noise. So we've made some progress. We've learned that Grahoth is assaulting Avernum once again, which intensifies our need to get Demon Slayer, so we need to find Koth and blah 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 so we can dispel some barriers and all that noise. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, please hit that thumbs up button, and if you want to see more, then please consider subscribing to my channel. If you don't want to do any of those things, then I don't care what you do.